Welcome back to Luke and Lewis. What do you usually say?
It's a brand new episode.
It's a brand new episode. We're back doing it. Another week, another ep. You know how we do it here.
That's right.
It's every day, bro, except it's not. It's twice a week, bro.
Twice a week, bro. And look, I'm happy to be here. I've got a banger episode planned. Luke, you've already run into some issues this week.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been getting hit up for some saucy DMs.
Ooh.
Yes. I don't know. Have you... Okay, you're on a fetish website, so you know all about...
Yeah. I've got a lot of experience with being objectified in a way that you couldn't even imagine you would... Like, if you're like an attractive man or woman and you post a sexy photo and people write some horny things,
Yep.
that tracks. It's very weird when
you posted a beach pic and that's how you ended up on there. That's on you.
Well, it wasn't...
It wasn't supposed to be sexy. It was just you
I
with your
didn't
top
know
off.
how sexy I am to a very obscure group of people who
Yeah.
are into incredibly tall men.
I didn't realize how sexy my feet were until recently.
Yeah.
Not actually my feet. So I got a DM. I'm not going to say the account, but it's a foot fetish account.
I would really recommend not saying the account because I mentioned tallguysfree.com and they have been in my DMs and my Instagram comments ever since.
Yeah, right.
It's a disaster.
Okay, so but this is just like a personal foot fetish account.
Oh, so
right?
it's more of an archive for whoever that is.
Yeah.
How many followers?
No, it's personal. 104 followers. It's niche.
It's very niche.
It's just a guy.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty simple DM. 4 words, very powerful.
Yeah.
Sell your used socks? ?
Used socks. Oh, for the stench.
Now, I was like, oh, this is peculiar. I don't often get used socks. I've got send feet pics before.
I've had that.
Just ignored. But that's a
Yeah.
common fetish. Used socks is a little more niche.
Yeah, that's like a foot fetish, but more nasal.
Yeah. And I have a personal rule.
Yeah.
Don't turn down free cash.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I reply.
Well, I would say it's not exactly free. It sounds like there's going to be a big cost to you.
It comes at a cost to the soul.
Yeah,
but-
the soles of your feet.
Yeah. Both souls.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like the Death Eater of exchanges. Like you send your socks, but then they suck out your soul.
Yes. Yeah.
I go, how much for? What's the going rate for used socks?
Okay.
Pretty good question. What do you think the going rate would be?
I think it depends on your profile. I would think
No, I think it depends on how used the sock is.
true because you have to surely for a good customer service you need to at least go for a run. Like
yeah.
you don't want it to be like you put the socks on, you take them off and sell them. That's a bit disingenuous.
Yeah.
It needs to be a light job.
I'm still trying to work out if the stinkier the better.
I think so. I'm thinking 150 a pair.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
what I feel is a fair rate.
Oh boy, I'm a lot cheaper than you.
Oh no.
He goes $30 a pair.
$30.
No, don't worry, I wasn't gonna go for 30.
Yeah.
No way.
35.
Right? Yeah, that's more my style.
Yeah.
That was on that was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I will admit I forgot about it over the weekend. Had some shows. They went great, by the way. Thanks to everyone who
That's
came
cheaper
out.
than your tickets.
Yes, that literally cheaper to a ticket tomorrow.
It's got to be at least double a ticket.
No way. So I go, I ignore it. Then Wednesday I get plus money for express shipping. So he wants some stat.
Oh, he needs them now. Well, because
they need to hold the stench.
If they're in transit for too long, they'll just smell like the rest of the van.
This person,
Like what if they get stuck in a van that has heaps of scented candles in there?
I believe I'm sending them to Perth. So they are.
Hang on. What did you say? You're sending them to Perth? You're talking like the deal's been done.
Oh, bit of a spoiler.
Hang on, dude. You can't. Yuck. Have you sold this man used socks? Dude, you know what they're going to turn into? They're going to be crusty. Yuck.
Well, he goes, then I keep ignoring him. I forget. He goes, "You're down, sir." And then he goes, "Please." So this is like 4 messages in a row here.
Oh, he's thirsty.
Last night, I'm at the airport with Ruben. We're about to come home. I'm kind of having a laugh, reading them to Ruben. Going, like, I don't know. Like, this seems
This
weird.
is how it starts. Well, how funny would it be for the show
Yeah.
if I sold a man a used pair of socks
And
as a joke?
And the answer was pretty fucking good. So I then go, Ruben goes, dude, you should highball him. So I go, $100? Question mark.
Anything less than 100 and I will be really disappointed in you.
Right.
And I'm already disappointed in you.
Yeah, of course. I'm disappointed in myself. And he goes, for a pair of sweaty socks, crying, laughing emoji. So
Hey, dude, don't. You're the one who wants them.
Don't act like I'm the weird. Like,
Yeah.
oh, mate, that's a bit weird paying $100 for used socks, but I'll pay 30.
Yeah, that's like going into a fruit store and be like, how much for bananas? And they're like, oh, this much. You go, what, for bananas? It's like, dude, you came into the store.
Yeah. So he's laughed me out of the room here. So
Yeah.
I go, I can drench him for $150.
Now, he might think that means something else.
Baby. But either way, they've been used.
Disgusting.
Then, so he's laughed me out of the room for $100. Then he comes back with 70. So my 100 wasn't that far
I
past the
love the
ballpark.
negotiating.
Plus express shipping, that's 85 anyway.
Dude, if you have a specific fetish, that costs money. You
course.
can't, like, if everyone's into titties, so no one's really
that
paying
could-
that much for titties.
Mate, Devlin knows that costs money.
Yeah, well,
know?
but that's a lap dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like titties. If you really want to see them and you're not a weirdo, you can get them for a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
You know, at a nightclub. But if you're into something specific like drenched socks, man, you gotta fork out. It's not $30.
Yep. And I'll be honest, we're pretty bored at the airport. Their flight got delayed by a bit.
Yeah.
I then go, you have yourself a deal, sir.
Oh, $70, you cheap whore.
I know.
You
I felt
cheap
disgusting. Then he goes, how many days wearing will they take to stink? And
How many days? $70? You gotta wear socks many days in a
then I just
row,
go, how stanky do you want them?
dude.
At this point, I'm kind of still think it's funny.
You're
And-
sexting with this man.
Well, that's what makes it. She's like, at what point is it flirting? So
Yeah.
I've gone to Kmart,
Oh, come on,
And,
dude.
bought some socks. Now, I figure, like, I'll get him some freshies, but then
Yeah.
I'll wear them in.
What
I
are you gonna
reckon-
do?
Oh, I don't know, just go
$70
for a run.
gets you a few hours, man. That's how you value your time?
What do you mean? I'm not busy. Like, I can just wear socks. Like, it's not like I would be wearing socks anyway. I'm not going out of my way.
Guys, if you want
I did go
sweaty
to
socks
Kmart,
from me,
Actually,
I'm putting my price out there into the world. $1,000. A rack.
$70 is only about a song and a half at the strip club. So you've like, he's got a great deal out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've
Yeah.
really been
But
taken
I don't really
advantage of.
value my sweat too much.
Shame on this man taking advantage of naive sex workers. You're a sex worker now.
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you know what? It's real work.
I know. Finally, someone admits it. No, I've got I talked about this on my podcast during the week. I got about 20 DMs encouraging me, pros and cons lists of why I should do it. Now, obviously, hey, this guy might jack it to my socks.
Okay.
Am I okay with that? Clearly.
I'll
For
do
$70.
I'll do a good pro and con for you here right now. All right. Pro, $70.
Right.
Con,
Free money.
everything else.
Yeah. But you know it will be a good night out when I hit the town with the lads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, next one's on me, boys. They go, well, really? How's your tour going? Yeah, fine, but the sock money's coming in.
You'll have to go. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to limit the round to 3 mates because
Yes.
it's only $70.
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course. Yeah, I'm not made of money, but
Yeah.
maybe if this starts, I got
Can
three.
Can I pitch you an idea?
No, can I pitch our listeners an idea?
Okay, this is
I
disgusting.
bought a 3-pack,
Can I shut down an idea?
$210 right there of profit. That's what you're looking at.
You're disgusting.
Minus $3 for the socks. But yeah.
I'm thinking a lot less of you right now. I hope you know that. And it's not because you're a sex worker now, it's because you're a cheap one.
Yeah.
I thought more of you, man.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
$210.
Okay. What about that's my discount. But
Yeah.
if you want me to, I'm not going to run at him. If you want me to run at him,
Yeah. If you want to jog, like
140. Yeah, I could have gone for 150, but I like to get my prices like double. You know,
how about this? How much for a sauna?
210.
210.
3 times.
Yeah, that's-
3 times the cost.
That's going to be stinky.
yeah. That's going to cost you because then
Okay.
I have to pay to get. I have to organize a sauna.
So the deal's done?
I mean, I haven't sent them, but I haven't worn them in. So I could still back out of the deal. I did kind of want to run it past you first, and you're not that supportive of me.
Well, I would be supportive if it wasn't for $70.
Do you think that's a bit? Well, he laughed
Really?
at me for suggesting 100, so I was like, I don't know what your socks are worth.
He's coming to you for some specific
man.
shit. You're a known person.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck.
You know what? I'd be interested. Are there any like OnlyFans girls that listen to this?
Yeah,
Selling used underwear is a really more common thing. What's
Okay.
the going rate?
Yeah,
What should Luke charge?
I want to hear your sound offs. I think I'm going to know the answer. I think I've gone too cheap. What should have I gone, and what would you do it for?
Yeah. Yep,
I want to
sound
know
off.
because I do want to know what's the going rate. What would you do it for, Keelan? Because I would say you're the dirtiest out of the
50?
three.
But
50.
yours for a stinky sock man would be premium because they'd be quite stinky, I imagine.
I have stinky shoes. Yeah.
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 See, I don't.
$50.
I don't have stinky shoes at all.
I only have like 2 pairs of shoes though, so
Yeah.
they get worn.
Well, by the way, it's a good time to mention this person does follow the Luke and Lewis account from the sock account. So,
Well, hang on. Why didn't he message me? Now I'm offended.
yeah. Doesn't
Now-
follow you.
Now I'm upset. What's his username? I'll see if he's DM'd me.
Well, we're going to have to beep it, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just don't.
You know what?
This person has not consented for me to.
Show it to me
make
and I'll
this
type it
public.
into my phone. And if he hasn't given me an offer, I'm going to be very upset. All right? What is it?
Ruben, going sock rate for you?
Probably 150.
Oh, you value your sweaty
I
socks.
think it's more just about. I mean, it
It's
does.
the moral issue of
No,
you
it's
don't want
not a moral
someone
issue.
jacking it to your socks.
No, I just like.
I don't really care.
It's a lot of effort to send
It
a pair
is.
of socks.
I'm not going to do it.
He doesn't even follow me.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I said.
offended. He follows Luke and Lewis. Has chosen not. If you follow Luke and Lewis and not one of us, rude.
Yeah, and Lachlan Fairbairn.
Okay, well, how much? Maybe we should call Lachlan. Oh my god, every photo is a photo of.
Of someone sniffing.
Oh,
his
I
sock.
have these shoes.
Well, is that you?
That's he's burying his face in a pair of shoes.
Yeah. Dude,
And
I looked at all the
gay
accounts
lad.
that he follows, and it's 300 similar accounts. It's wild. I didn't know how much of a community there was in the sniffing socks world. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're getting pretty graphic. Don't
Yeah.
look through it. It's a
I
lot.
already have, and I'm very disappointed in you because he loves them.
Yeah. Mate, you got to do it for the fans, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Fans of your content or
Feet, whatever. They're fans of me,
yeah.
you know?
You don't
Sweat,
discriminate?
Comedy, whatever. I don't care.
You're kind of like the opposite of a girl who might do something but then complains about getting objectified when she wants you to pay attention to your art. You just don't give a fuck. Objectify me, like my comedy, no worries, whatever.
Yeah, as long as I'm receiving some form of validation, then that's
Take what you can get.
That's what I do it for.
Okay,
Serotonin.
great.
Great.
Well, guys, you may be a little bit upset.
Mate, you may be a little fooled.
Yeah. You might be you may have noticed that this is the first episode in May, and we did promise that because we missed April Fools, we decided that for the entire month of May, you need to be on high alert because you may be fooled. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the video version of this, congratulations. You've just been fooled. Ladies and
Got him, got him.
boys and girls, you may be fooled. The entire month of May on the Luke and Lewis show.
Got him.
Keep your wits about you because everyone's a target this month. That's you may be fooled. That's right, guys. We're in different seats.
Yep.
You've officially been fooled.
I
Cop
even think
that.
audio listeners would have noticed the difference and maybe noticed the fact that I didn't know how to start the episode earlier.
Yeah.
Because you usually do that.
Yeah.
And I got a bit lost.
I don't really know how to operate the buttons from this side of the room.
Yeah, you almost pressed the wrong one.
I hate this. I'm feeling a bit fooled. Looking at you from this angle is really weird.
Yeah.
200 episodes almost. We've never done it this way.
No, I don't like it at all. Even
Yeah.
in the radio, we were always over that side.
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm all for a good prank, but this is just now ruining the quality of the show. I can't concentrate.
Okay, well, you know what? How you must be feeling, mate? Like Frank Sinatra.
I'm a fool.
I feel like a goose.
Yeah, you feel like a bloody... And this is the audience.
Like a bloody Frank.
Such a fool.
Hey, you know what? I'm feeling a bit foolish too.
I'm a fool.
I think that song is so old it's actually past copyright.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
we're
in the
allowed.
430s? 450?
Frank Sinatra. That's a
40s?
good question. I'll find out.
Not sure.
He's old, mate.
I bought a VHS about his life story the other day.
Oh my God.
Can you just
75 cents? What do you reckon?
75 cents. Who sells anything for less than $1?
Probably
people
me.
who sell VHSs, obviously.
yeah, you might sell undies for less than $1.
If someone wants like a headband or a sweatband or something like that.
But guys, stay on high alert because the entire month of May, you may be fooled. All right, and we got you guys good this episode. You have to
did.
agree, but I might get Luke.
I like to think that people were infuriated, not even concentrating on our suck chat video wise, because they're like, "Wait, what's going on? I can't deal with this." I know there's going to be a lot of people feeling foolish right now.
A lot of upset fools in the sound off section.
We gotcha.
Do we swap back?
Yeah, can we?
Yeah, I'm really uncomfortable. I don't like this at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's we want to fool people. We don't want to ruin the entire episode.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin my day
Yeah,
for a
take your
prank.
socks.
Oh.
Socks on
God, when you throw them at me, you made me feel so cheap. I felt disgusting.
How much were the socks?
$3. So I'm only making a $67 profit. that's why I want to move all three. So if there's any other offers, or if the guy, if he listens to this, if you know any other takers, or maybe I can do a bundle or something.
This is disgusting.
I can do run. I can
You
label
need to
them
value yourself more.
and my
okay?
time.
Yeah, your time. Think about how much time that is. That's hours of walking and running. That's labor.
Yeah, but it will get me back out there in the world gym. I've been pretty lazy lately, so
Yeah, all right.
if
Well,
I'm making a buck out of it, more incentive.
well, guys, the entire month of May, that was just the first fooling. Yeah, there will be many more fools to come. Luke, I've got something planned for you. You don't even know.
Yeah, see, I've got nothing planned, which you should never say because obviously I want to keep you on alert. But currently,
Well, maybe you're lying.
Maybe you're lying.
Maybe
Maybe
you're
that's
just lulling me.
maybe
into a
this is
sense
the
of
prank. I just like
a false sense of security.
for the whole month.
You just tell me that I'm gonna be fooled, and then you don't fool me. And you go, fooled.
Epic. Before we move on, Keelan before the show said one of the worst sentences. Obviously, like we get one a week.
Yeah,
But actually,
every week he tops himself.
What did I say?
last night your Instagram story was horrific. We're at the airport looking through. I just show it to Ruben and he just that was his reaction. Well, it was on your close friends. It was does anyone want to come and beep strangers' houses with me?
Well,
strangers' houses. That's what he does for fun.
No. It was one specific person's house.
Yes. Can we say?
Yeah, his name's Harry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant this is what
Who's
Keelan
Harry?
thinks is
Dr.
fun.
Harry?
So Keelan has
Who's Harry?
My friend Harry.
okay, right.
Or not
Oh,
friend
yeah.
because I do this.
Is this the honk house?
Yeah.
You know, the honk house is usually his girlfriend. So what happens is, if you don't know, Keelan has a long distance relationship at the moment because his girlfriend's living elsewhere.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when we used to come back from food at Frankston,
Yeah.
we used to take a massive detour. He used to drive like 5 minutes out of the way just to go past his girlfriend's parents' house. She's not there.
No.
And then film himself honking her house and then send it to her, and that's how they communicate.
And she thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
That-
okay.
It's pretty good because she's not there. But I know about
not that
Harry.
good.
I know about Honk Harry. And this is someone that Keelan, and this is something that a lot of friendships do. I think we used to do this in high school where it's a great one. If you have a group of friends, guys or girls, this is where it really works. If you have a mate who lives on just in a place that you often you would drive past, just make them the honk mate.
Yes.
Where every time you drive past their house, beep, beep, regardless of the time, doesn't matter who's there or what. I read about one story where that became a joke in a friendship group, and then the meme just spread to the rest of the small town, where whenever anyone who lived in the suburb would drive past this one house, they would just go beep beep, and it got so bad that the people living there just moved. And I think that's a great one if you can inspire your entire community to pick one house in the suburb and make it the honk house. Beep, beep, forever.
Well,
Can I tell you
maybe
about
during
Harry?
May I might have to start trekking out to Frankston a little more, doing some drive-bys, driving an hour home.
You could run there. Stick up
Maybe.
those socks.
Can I tell you a little bit more about Honk Harry? So he and I used to be back in high school, used to be best friends. We best mates, everything. And then I got my license, and I thought it was really funny to beep. And his mum never liked me because I'm a little bit of a hooligan, as she says.
A honk hooligan.
You're not really. You just like go, oh, Honk. Okay, I'm done.
Well, she calls us hooligans, and so we'd beep all the time. And he lives really far, 20 minutes out of the way. So it's like
how big is this group that are honking past?
The biggest it ever was about 7. It's only about 2 of us now.
And now, how many years now?
About 3.5 years. And his mum hates us.
And so you were really good friends with Harry.
We're best friends with Harry.
When was the last time you saw Harry?
Well, I did see him on Friday. He snuck out of his house to come hang out with us, and he's
not allowed to hang out with you.
not allowed to hang out with us.
How old is he?
He's an
21.
adult.
21.
His
That's
mum
how much
hates
his
us.
mum hates hooligan Keelan.
Hilarious. And one time we got all 7
Does
of
he
us.
think it's funny?
Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious. We got all 7 of us to go down his street because it's like a dirt road.
Wait, 7 different cars?
7 different cars. And we all just held down the horn as we're driving.
That's awful.
And his mum hates us.
There's just so much collateral damage in this prank.
And it wasn't at like a reasonable time. It was at like 1 a.m. So every house on the street.
You know how that street must be feeling?
Such a fool.
But so I saw Harry on Friday for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah.
And all we talked about was just how we love beeping his house. And how every time we do it, his mum gets really upset. We'll do it at 3 a.m. And she will storm into his room and say, Harry, was that them?
And he won't even know. He goes, I don't know. I haven't seen them for 3 years, Mum. You know what's funny? One day he's going to move out and you're just going to be harassing his poor mother. Will you, if Harry moves out, will you stop?
No.
I don't know if I can approve of that, but I will laugh.
I've even offered to like apologize to his mum. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, don't come anywhere
But
near the house.
The problem is you'll apologize, but you won't stop.
No.
You'll say, I'm really sorry. And then 2 weeks later, you'll
You're
go,
not sorry.
one honk.
It's so fun. You guys should come one day.
All right.
I've done it with my mum
Should
and
we
my
go
dad.
on the way after work today?
Yeah.
All right. So
I've done it. I was driving in Cranbourne
It's
with
20 minutes out of the way. It's 40 minutes of your day.
yeah, but it's pretty good, isn't it?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and you're judging me how I'm going to spend my time. What are you doing with those socks?
I've already been to a Kmart this morning to get some socks.
I was driving in Cranbourne once with my dad, and I said, "Want to go beep Harry?" And he was like, "All right." And so dude lives out in Mornington, so we drove a very long distance.
That's hilarious.
All right. What's his
his
exact address coordinates? No,
Don't.
no, we're not doing that.
What was I even originally? Oh yeah, you said right before the podcast. Oh man, I'm so bummed. I bought something off an eBay auction and I didn't even want it. Why would you do that?
I was experimenting.
With
what?
eBay. I just got an eBay account.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is
Yeah,
really.
don't judge him, Luke. He's a scientist. All right? He's conducting experiments in his lab coat on fucking eBay.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, what was your hypothesis?
When I was 17, I did the exact same thing. There was a Mac on eBay at an auction, like a little desktop Mac, and I was like, oh, I'll put in $100 to see if anyone.
Yeah.
Because I thought people like automatically bet, like there's bots.
Yeah, yeah.
I was testing my theory. My theory was proven incorrect.
Yeah.
I had to then drive 3 hours out and buy this Mac.
But bargain though, $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum wasn't happy because I didn't have any money, so she had to pay for it and drive me because I was 17.
Did you honk Harry on the way?
And so I never used eBay again because I was confused by how it
You
worked.
burned, yeah.
And then
What is confusing about
are
it?
you actually
You bid?
Are you actually legally obliged if you win the auction to purchase the product?
Yeah, I guess on paper legally you would, but also there's nothing really stopping people. Like remember we tried to sell something on eBay.
Yeah, then they
the
just
ashes, and then it went for like $1,000, and they just didn't pay for it. Good one, got us.
yeah. You know what we felt like?
I'm a fool.
That was us. You could have cut off the.
I'm a fool to sell things on eBay and expect our audience to pay for them with honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so the other day, I've done the same thing, created a new account to sell some of these VHSs I've been buying. And I saw
Pretty
it.
quick turnaround.
You are.
I saw an auction.
You have gone from being a guy who has zero interest in VHS tapes, any of that shit. In 2 weeks, you're a blockbuster now.
Yeah, or we can go into.
But he's not. He's like an op shop because he has like train DVDs that no one wants and
Yeah.
stuff.
I have
Or
a-
not DVDs,
Sorry,
VHS.
VHS tapes.
Sorry.
Come on, mate.
The next thing is going to be in fucking projector reels that you have
Oh,
to
I
manually
almost bought
give
a.
me my
I'm
ideas.
sorry.
Almost bought a reel to reel the other day.
Okay,
Which is like.
let's
Anyway.
Move on.
So I bid on some pre-recorded VHSs. It's kind of a lucky dip, and it cost me $50.
So is this people who have recorded TV?
I don't know.
It's like you got to fast through ads.
This is people who probably got obsessed with VHS tapes for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then were like, fuck this.
Oh, here we go.
When do you think, because this happens with all of your hobbies, bowling, there was some shit before that, I'm sure. When do you think, you even did this with the keto diet, you got obsessed with eating keto only. When do you think you'll get over these?
Yeah, I was talking to someone about this the other day. I can't for a while because I've got 400 in my apartment, so I have to get.
You
rid
live
of
in
them.
a 1-bedroom
Yeah,
apartment.
I have to get rid of them before I lose interest.
Now, I love comic books, Keelan.
Yes.
I've loved comic books since I was 18, since I got a part-time job. I mean, 16, 17, I've been obsessed with comic books. I still love them. You have more videotapes than I have comic books.
And you've been into it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm finding some bangers.
And clearly have no regret.
But what you've bought here is you've spent $35 on 5 pre-recorded tapes that are like
13.
unbranded, unmarked, like those ones that you record TV on. So this, like,
we recorded Empire Strikes Back on Channel 9 back in the day. Did you want that?
Yeah, actually, that would be awesome.
you're gonna
Because
see.
it'd be cool to have like the ads and stuff, right?
I think I
Sold.
don't think that would be cool.
Sold by Op Shop.
It'd be
One.
like Zoot review.
You've literally
kind of
bought
thing.
this from an op shop.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I know everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I think it's a lot of fun. I went to Savers yesterday and bought 20.
If you're a frog,
Well, hang on, with
this
the
would be-
postage, it's $51.
yeah, I know.
That's awesome. Well, you two have both come into the show with 2 very new, obscure, embarrassing hobbies. And
Mine's not a hobby. I'm doing this part time.
yours is a business.
It's a
All
business,
right,
thank you.
You've accidentally started.
You
a
literally
business.
said it was sex work, and it is real work, and then you've now failing to acknowledge that it's
No,
real
I
work.
respect what you're doing is real work, and
Thank
you know
you.
what? I'm proud of you for hustling so hard. What are you getting? $70? Mm-hmm. What a hard worker!
Yeah,
you
without not even doing OnlyFans, just like
are. Mate, you could make just as much money mowing a lawn.
yeah, me and Rod are on the same income.
Yeah, and you know what? I respect Rod a little bit more. I would still respect you because sex work is real work.
I heard his jokes. I don't.
Yeah.
I like his lawnmower though.
Rod's cancelled.
Yeah.
Rod's
Rod's lawnmower is still up for guest of the year, by the way. People have been asking, and yes, he is nominated
nominated.
and a strong contender.
strong contender. How embarrassing if you lose to an inanimate object.
Yes.
on the show.
Well, it is Rod's lawnmower. Not that embarrassing.
Imagine the meltdown that'll happen on Blake Pavey's stories after this. You
Dude,
know, last time he lost to Darren Levy, which is annoying but understandable. Imagine if he lost to a fucking lawnmower.
Oh, mate, if Andy Lee loses to a lawnmower, that'll be a huge blow for his career. I don't think
yeah.
they'll be getting back into radio after that if word gets out.
Oh, no way. Too embarrassing.
Imagine Rod and his lawnmower on Fox Drive, though, in 3 years.
Yeah, that would be sick. Here to drive you home, Rod's lawnmower.
And that's just like the startup is always just the ripcord going like that. And it's like, here we fucking go, 4 till 6.
It
Let's
never
do
actually starts.
Yeah.
It's just and Rod going, fuck.
Yeah. And then it just occasionally backfires and they just go to a song.
There's smoke filling the studio. We're going to a song. This is Lady Gaga.
We need a... Oh,
Well, I was going to say I would love to trash you two
yeah.
for getting into your weird shit, but I've also come.
I feel like we need to chat Gympie.
Oh, we do. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I'll tell you what I've been into after.
Yeah, okay.
It's a disaster.
The Gympie hype is real on the show. The response was incredible. So
Yep.
just a quick recap. If you didn't listen last episode, we had a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Well, I pitched you a redemption story, something that I knew you wouldn't jump at because of the fear.
Well,
You're only human,
I've got PTSD.
of course. Lewis did a show.
PTSD, post Gympie stress.
We didn't work out how long ago. 2 years ago? 2018.
I think it'd be
2019.
2019
Okay, that wasn't
Yeah.
that long ago.
Yeah.
29. It just feels so long ago because we're trying to bury that memory,
because of COVID and all that kind of stuff. I did a show in Gympie on my Lewis Spears tour.
which is a town in regional Queensland in Australia. If you're an international listener,
Yeah, and I sold very well on this tour. In Gympie, I sold 17 tickets.
And one of them was a mannequin.
One of them was a mannequin. Most of the people did not live in Gympie. In retrospect, it is the worst decision we've ever made in terms of booking a show. You book where you think you'll sell, where you think there's an audience. Gympie, there is no audience. 20,000 people live
really
there,
strange
none
call.
of them like me.
Yeah.
I did it in a golf course, and I sold so few tickets that they set up for the wedding that was on the next day.
Yeah,
it's the most embarrassing moment of my stand-up career.
Probably.
Yeah.
And you swore on the show at the time that you would never return to Gympie.
Never. They blew it. I made a pact with myself.
But
And you're really tempting me to break that pact, Luke.
But episode 200 is coming up, very quickly approaching.
Yeah.
And I had an idea of redemption. What about if every listener on this podcast all pulled together and we can right a wrong that happened in your career on this show? Because we were promoting it for months on this show. I was promoting it. I was like, get down to his Gympie show. I'm never going to come there. It's the only time Coney will ever come there.
Yeah.
It just, nothing
Luke
happened.
was on his own
But
Instagram.
I almost blame the listeners of our show.
Yeah.
Because at the time we were promoting it just as hard as I guess we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
And no one came.
Well,
So we just need to right or wrong.
The ultimate issue is that we discovered no one lives in Gympie that is a fan of us. We have no fans in Gympie. Our solution to this is if there are no fans in Gympie, and still after we've talked about this, we haven't had a single person from Gympie hit us up, go, I'm excited for you to come to my town.
Yeah, no one.
We have no fans in Gympie. So what we have to do is reverse engineer an audience. We need to get all of our fans to go to Gympie so that we have fans in Gympie.
Yeah, for the night.
For
Temporary
one night,
fans.
we will be the most famous people in Gympie. We've decided that attendance, if you live within 4 hours of Gympie...
It's mandatory.
Mandatory. If you live in Brisbane...
Compulsory.
Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast... Anywhere within 4 hours of Gympie, attendance is mandatory. And the audience has responded. The sound off section last episode
was
is
unreal.
full of pledges from people saying, I'm driving, I'm road tripping, I'm bringing friends.
People
Our
come from
Patreon-
Sydney. People come...
Our Discord Patreon, people in Melbourne are hiring a bus.
Yes.
And are organising 8 to 12 people to go up together in one bus and share the driving from Melbourne to Gympie.
A guy named Whitey, who's almost their leader, who actually came to your original Gympie show, right?
He's the one who brought the mannequin.
Whitey actually brought the loogies to life. He helped us out with the loogies, right? He's always been a great contributor of our show.
Yeah.
We didn't ask him to do this at all.
Nope.
We just, he listened to the episode, said in my Discord, don't worry, I'm looking into getting my light rigid bus license. I'm happy to take 30 people or 25 people from Melbourne to Gympie. The bus filled up within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
People booking their spot. Yeah, it's a 17-hour drive. And they're going to pick up people on the way. So they're going to have bus stops.
He's going to plan the route.
So our Sydney fans are going to get picked up at a bus stop in Sydney, and they're just going to keep going.
Oh, so I thought it was just Melbourne. He's going to Sydney.
No, we're going on the way up the East Coast. They're picking up people on the way.
That's
all aboard.
Dedication. And we highly encourage, join the Patreon. There's a bunch of these carpools being organised.
There's people flying from Perth to Melbourne just to get in the bus, and then they have 17 hours to drive.
That's amazing. And he's the only one with the rigid license. He's going to have to do the whole thing.
Yes.
Fuck.
And then the drive there, very exciting. But the drive back,
Oh, yeah.
that'll be a slow 17
Because that's going to get
hours.
less and less exciting as more people exit the bus. You know,
Yes.
people in Sydney are going to be like, enjoy your trip back to Perth. And they go to Sydney to Melbourne to Perth, and the Perth flight's like 3 hours.
Oh, man.
Incredible scene. So we are very excited about it. It looks like we're gonna. It looks like the event is possible. It's gonna sell out. It looks like we're gonna sell hundreds of tickets. Luke's been in charge of booking a venue.
Hey.
What?
You know we've had some hiccups. Do not put this on me. I was originally in charge. Okay, so as we heard last week, I looked into hiring the biggest theatre, the Civic Theatre in Gympie. It was 600 seats, which is a big step up from 17.
Yeah.
They're temporarily closed till the end of the year. It's not happening. I've made a few phone calls. I've spoken to a few locals from other venues on the phone. They're not opening this year.
All right.
There's then the Gympie Pavilion,
Yep.
1,000 seat basketball stadium.
Well, that's not big enough.
Right. Well, that's the biggest venue in Gympie.
Well, we could do a few nights.
Yeah, right.
We do a run.
Yeah, we'll have to like a festival or something.
Yeah.
What are we going to call it?
Gimp Fest.
Gimp Fest.
Gimp Fest.
Geez, I hope no one misinterprets that and turns up in Pulp Fiction cosplay.
Gimp with a
Going
Y,
they
not an
turn up
I.
with the mask on. I'm here for Gimp Fest. Everyone's like, oh, it's more of a podcast
Guys,
festival.
I'm putting my foot down, right? And they're not going to have stinky socks. Gimp Fest is with a Y, latex, banned. No condoms.
Yep, we agree. Fuck with that protection all weekend. Purely just because of the no latex rule. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We
We're
take
sorry
no
about that.
responsibility for any pregnancies that
Well,
weekend.
it's a very strict rule in the town of Gympie. No one uses them there anyway.
Yeah, right.
We don't.
Well, they're
wanna
trying to up
disrupt
their
the
population.
ecosystem.
They only
Yeah.
have 20,000 people, so no condoms, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then leave it there, I guess. I don't
Or latex-free condoms. Those are available. Skin, great brand. Also with a Y.
Are you sponsored by them? Why do you always like promote this condom brand?
Hey, Skin condoms, best condom in the game.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even use condoms anymore, but they are good.
So there's been some hiccups. The show has the hiccups.
Yeah.
Gympie Pavilion, because of the theaters closed.
Yeah.
They're booked out to the end of the year. I literally on the phone went through every weekend. I go, what about this weekend? And he goes, school formal, whatnot, like blah blah blah. I'm like, what about December? Because I was like, maybe we could push
School
it back.
formal. How many people in Gympie are finishing school?
Well, originally we're trying to do June, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there so much demand? Like, oh, we've got all the shows from the theater. I was like, and the guy was lovely. He really tried to help us out.
Bummer.
They're booked out until early 2022. So then we called the golf club. I go, that's right. We'll return
Where I
to
originally did my show.
we'll return to the former home ground and we'll get redemption at the birthplace of the mistake.
280 seats. We could do 25 shows around there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were like, let's do a month in Gympie.
Yeah.
Right? they no longer do functions.
Because of me.
Well, literally, we called them. They go, oh, yeah, we think we remember that. Was that a few years ago? And then we're like, oh, yeah. They go, yeah, we haven't actually done a function since 2019.
Oh, no. So I sold so poorly in Gympie. Even the venue was like, no more shows.
The venue was like, this is a bad business model.
wow.
There clearly wasn't a lot of demand at the time.
Me and the venue were like, no more
But
shows in
now,
Gympie.
there's heaps of demand. You know, we're probably going to do, I'm assuming, at least multiple shows there, right? So then...
Is there potential because of the demand to helicopter Rod Laver Arena over? Marvel Stadium, maybe.
Good
We
thinking.
could dig it up, get a few Black Hawk helicopters,
What
fly
about-
it over temporarily.
All good. We pack it down, chuck it in the back of Whitey's bus, ship it up 17 hours.
He might need a heavy bus license.
Yeah, I don't think
We'll
a
work that
rigid
out.
license will cover Marvel Stadium.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, we'll keep thinking. Then I was looking venues in Gympie, and you can feel free to do research for us because I've done extensive research.
Please do. Send us some venues.
They have an RSL, which I assume is a function room. So
Okay.
then we'll probably have to 100 shows.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Then I go, we email them. 20 minutes later, we get a bounce back saying failure to receive. Usually that's immediate. But in Gympie, 20 minutes later, you find out that the email no longer an email. So I don't know what Gympie's doing.
It takes 20 minutes for Gympie to receive an email.
Mate, it is hard to contact these venues.
Yeah.
We've now got a bunch of hotels. If you live around the area, obviously we don't have any fans in Gympie.
No.
But if you've been to Gympie before, been to a pub,
Yeah.
seen a stage, actually let us know.
If the mannequin that came to my show walked around the town beforehand, give us a ring, mate.
Yes. Boy.
So I've been to
So-
Gympie.
so all I'm saying
I
is-
did a video on a tour of Gympie. There's literally 2 streets.
I know. And this is the problem.
There is a pub on every corner, but there's only 4 corners.
I'll be honest. We spoke to someone from the council,
Yeah.
and I thought we had a tentative pencil booking for this pavilion, the 1,000-seater. Turns out this person was not the booker. We spoke to just someone from the Gympie Council who just kind of falsely, not promised, they were just like, yeah, I'm sure that will be fine.
She'll be right, mate.
Because I think she's just assuming like, oh, someone's called Gympie. This is crazy. Turns
Yeah.
out they are booked. Gympie's popping.
What about Gimp Fest? What are we going to do?
Well, then the guy on the phone was like, you could actually hire out the footy oval or do it in the showgrounds. There's Gympie showgrounds. But then
The showgrounds,
but now
that's
it
just a patch of grass.
of course, but now it turns into a lot of legal issues in our part where we're actually just putting on a festival.
Yeah.
Which then I don't know how expensive that is.
If it rains, the event's fucked. That can't happen.
It's
We
weather
need-
dependent, but it is in Queensland.
We need a venue. Okay. Alternate plan. All right. Obviously, plan A, we find a venue.
Yes.
We do the show. We'd have to lock it in the next few weeks, right?
There is a plan B.
Plan B, Gimp Fest, episode 300.
2022,
Yeah.
and I spoke to the guy, I can put a tentative booking on the 1,000 seat venue, the Pavilion.
Gympie Arena.
Or the theatre. He said they run both. So he's like, we can get you in either.
Going to need both.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, mate, book out the whole weekend. He's like, he goes, oh, we usually try and get garden expos in on the weekend. I'm like, mate, cancel it. All right, we are going to bring thousands of people to your town, more than a tulip ever could.
Mate, we could get the audience to bring flowers.
Yeah, you know what? If he wants a garden expo, let's host our own. We'll just be doing a podcast around it.
Imagine the end of the show. 1,000 people all have a bouquet each. Imagine we finish the show, standing ovation, 1,000 people throw their bouquets at the stage. That's an expo.
Yeah. You and a garden expo, dude. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. But so we do have a tentative. I actually have penciled in June 2022, which means that even if we do it this year, I think because of in good faith, we have to return still in 2022 and do 1,000.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, mate, if Gympfest is not becoming an annual event, then I don't know what
annual event. If we sell out the first one, annual event. We can have 2 annual events, Gympfest and the Loogies. We'll have to see how it goes. This is how we run a successful business,
When
mate.
Shrekfest gets in our calendar after COVID, we are going to be busy boys doing festivals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then Glastonbury are going to call Reading, Edinburgh. We're going to be just booked out.
We will be.
Yeah.
We're going to be the biggest show in the world.
Luke and Lewis live at Coachella 2023.
Mate, it could happen.
It starts at Gympfest.
Yeah.
The road to Coachella.
We could have a big merch stand. I'll be selling T-shirts. You'll be selling drenched socks.
Absolutely.
Disgusting. But hopefully, look, it's up to Luke. As I said before, it's all on Luke. He made a big promise. And
I did. And I'm figuring out.
Yeah.
Literally contacting like 10 pubs today from Gympie.
Yeah, we'll work it out. I think
I just don't think showgrounds, and I genuinely, if you do event management in Gympie and can figure out some kind of, I just don't think a footy oval is like the best call for a live podcast.
No,
seems like a lot of fun, but
that's stage higher PAC. That's too much. That's too scary.
It's too much it's 6 weeks away. Like it's too much to organize.
Yes, yeah. So when's our deadline?
Well, we're looking for the weekend of sometime in late June. And that'll still be episode 202.
When do we decide if this is happening or not?
Oh, by next week, we have to have an answer.
Okay, so by next week, if it doesn't happen, we do need a plan B for episode 200. Because episode 200 is happening whether we like it or not.
Yeah. So I just feel like the Gympie hype is real. The bus is being organized. Like, there's people already got plans in motion. We need to let people know. We're hosting an event. It's rude to not let people know where and when it is.
Okay, well, a lot of people RSVP'd without even knowing the dates or the address. We promise next week we'll have an answer for you on what's happening.
People RSVP'd on Vibe, which is crazy. Maybe we do need to start an interest form.
That's what the V's for.
Maybe so we know how many dates to book in at the Gympie pub.
Okay, let's set that up now.
Like a Google form. It'll be below this episode. Expression of interest, no date, no time, just Gympfest. Are you in or not?
Yep.
And if you say you're in and don't come,
dog.
So
don't fill it out.
Don't
if you're
fill
not
it out.
coming. We don't not interested.
Serious inquiries only.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like Craigslist or whatever.
It's in the description of the YouTube and the audio version as well.
Yeah.
The Google form, fill it out only if you're coming.
Great.
And then that'll let us know how many arenas we need to book. 7,
8.
7, 8. Yeah, could be 10. Anyway, guys.
Health.
Yeah, so
I've written health on the board.
Well, I was trashing you guys for getting into some weird interests. On the weekend, I did something that is so out of character for me. I went to some hippie new age health thing.
Yes. Meg told me about this because Jazz was telling her, and you joined a cult.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's a cult. Yeah.
I went to a Wim Hof breathing class. The Wim Hof breath... The guy's name is Wim Hof. What a sick name. Like, I think, honestly... No, it's a sick name for what he does. Sounds like a guy who runs a cult. That's what I mean. So, like, the Wim Hof method, no matter how good your method is, let's say you come up with a miraculous thing to do, whether it's a form of meditation or breathing, that can, let's say it cures cancer. If it was called the Luke Kidgel breathing method, I'm not buying it. Wim Hof breathing, Lewis Spears breathing method, nah.
You literally have asthma. You're not a great
but my name just doesn't sound like a guru. Like, the guy's lucky that he's called Wim Hof.
Yes.
Because he could have come up with this amazing way to breathe.
I would read his book.
Yeah. But if his name
Or
was
his
like
pamphlet.
you know,
Or, you know.
Bruce Thompson, breathing method. See you, Bruce.
Yeah, no.
I don't care what it can do. Your name's Bruce. I don't trust you.
Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. Not hard, champ. Move on.
I did the Wim Hof thing, which my girlfriend found out about.
Does he do carbon in, oxygen out?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, what did you get up to?
What he does, and I was very skeptical going in, but doing it, I was like, man, this shit is amazing. So what you
You did
do,
go out on a Wim Hof.
Ooh, there you go. The concept of it is to over oxygenate your cells, and you do that by you breathe in as deep as you can, and then you just breathe out naturally. You don't like go, you just go, and you just keep doing that like 30, 40
like a
times in
high?
a row. Yeah, a little bit. My whole face started to tingle. You do that 40 times in a row, and then you exhale, and then you hold your breath for as long as you can. And then you do 3 rounds of that.
And what's it supposed to do?
It's supposed to overcharge your cells, over oxygenate your cells so that it resets your nervous system, and it just really calms your body down and makes you feel fucking awesome. And I was really skeptical going in. I did it. I felt incredible afterwards. It was really
Are you going to keep
weird.
doing it?
Yeah, I did it this morning. And then afterwards you jump in an ice bath for 2 minutes 30.
Well, you're not doing that at home.
I do a cold shower. I did that this morning, and it felt awesome. Mainly the breathing. Beforehand, just to kind of prove that it adds extra oxygen into your body, he got us to hold our breaths for as long as we could before doing the thing. I was able to hold my breath for 1:38, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then after the method, on an exhale,
Is that holding your nose?
no, just holding my breath. Just
No-
being honest.
No cheating?
Yeah,
Okay.
no cheating, right? And then after, he got us to hold our breath after an exhale, which is harder. I did well over 2 minutes, and I felt like I wasn't even half done before he told everyone to breathe again. So I think I could hold my breath for like 3 minutes doing it. Maybe. I don't know.
Do you reckon that's how David Blaine does all that crazy
Maybe,
shit underwater?
maybe.
Or just divers in general?
The Wim Hof guy reckons that, well, he has climbed Mount Everest with no gear, just doing it. Zero gear.
This dude's a robot.
And a bunch of doctors have like tried to prove him wrong
Wimbot.
and have just left going, fuck, this shit works. And he reckons that you can use it to like cure infections in your body and stuff like that. Which
That's what they always take it too far.
They do.
Yeah. Just take the win. It makes you feel great.
Yeah.
And it makes you can hold your breath for longer. That's 2 cool things.
Yes.
That don't be like, and also cancer no more.
Get
You know?
this.
Oh.
Both the instructors had cancer. One of them, no cancer anymore. They both said do the method with chemo. Neither of them said don't trust modern medicine. It wasn't that. If they said that, I would have fucking left.
Yeah.
Both of them were very much, this is a great supplement to medicine because it's supposed to it's supposed to calm your body down.
It's just breathing and ice.
And it stops inflammation of your body. It's really good at de-inflaming your body, which is what your body is like fighting a lot of the time, especially with our diets and stuff like that. I don't 100% understand it, as you can see. My girl understands it a lot better. I just went to make her happy, and then it worked. And I was like, man, this is crazy. And by worked, I mean it made me feel awesome. I don't know what else it did, but there's been some person just won a Nobel Prize like testing the method on people with a certain illness, and the shit like really, really helps the body heal in addition to other stuff. So
Are you trying to convert us?
I don't know, it was interesting. Try it. That's what I would say. There's a really interesting Joe Rogan podcast that he's on that's really interesting. He's not really a doctor guy, he just kind of discovered it by accident.
Oh, so you didn't meet him?
No.
Dude, the way you described it, I thought you just went to this regional place and you met some bloke named Wim Hof and he was like, all right, no, do that.
No.
So this is like a guru guy.
Instructors
well-known.
that were trained by him.
Okay.
He has a whole business thing, the Wim Hof method.
Yeah.
It's huge, like it's really big.
okay.
I had never heard of it either. And I was super skeptical going in, and then I did like 3 rounds of it. My face is tingling. And then I just felt awesome afterwards.
Some people love that shit. They just like listen to a podcast and read something and they're like, this is where I'm going to live from now on because
Well,
some
yeah,
guy
I think-
named Wim Hof told me to. But his name's Wim Hof, so you got to...
You have to. The
you
dude's
gotta-
called Wim Hof,
yeah.
and he has a strange European accent. So, like, of course, it's gonna work.
It's the most trustworthy person I've ever met. I've never
Absolutely.
met him.
There were what was
Never even heard him speak, and I want to do it.
Yeah, that was I feel like I have a reasonable take of like, I was in skeptical and it worked, and I think it's cool. I'll keep doing it, dude. I'd never been to one of those classes. There were some fucking nutters in that class. Yeah, I'd never been around that environment. There was some people that were like, man, this is gonna cure my AIDS. No, it won't, dude.
Yeah, no.
There were a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I would say most health retreats would be full of fucking lunatics.
That was the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Was just even the instructors were great. Like the instructors were real honest that like, look, we're not doctors. We don't understand a lot of science and medical stuff. All we know is specifically what this does. When you start adding in other things, we don't know. So they were great.
Yeah.
But some of the people were like, man, this is going to change my life.
Some guys are going to start doing that, like the method with bongs instead of oxygen. You know, and they're like, this is going to cure my back pain.
Yes.
Like, well, it doesn't, just because you combine two things that you think helps.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think it's worth looking into. Don't do it while driving. You may pass out and die. Someone's died doing it. You're essentially hyperventilating.
Maybe like just don't do
You're not
it off
supposed to
our
do it.
recommendation.
Yeah.
Maybe just like go to the retreat.
I would recommend going to a course if you want to get into it because it was good getting taught by someone because they teach you the risks and stuff.
Be one of the loonies.
Yeah. I thought it was fun and something that I would never do.
You're
It was
right.
interesting.
Also, we are
guru.
going to do another Reddit video soon. So if you guys want to just jump back on the Reddit, make some memes, we will be reacting to our Reddit again.
We started a Reddit when the show was way smaller.
Yeah, we always forget to talk about it, but we do look at it and we
Yes.
do like, have a chuckle at some of the memes sometimes, but we will do another actual YouTube video about it.
Yeah,
soon.
check out the Reddit because that's really cool, and we love seeing your submissions on there. There's a lot of really creative stuff. To be honest, we haven't talked about it because it's so small. Not enough stuff is on there, but I feel like the show's big enough now where check out the Reddit. There's a few thousand people in there. Let's bump that up. There's a cool little community in there. They're always posting memes about the shows, and we do look at it. We just haven't talked about it because it is so small. So let's try and boost that up, and then we'll do a video about it. So if you want to make something for the show that'll make it into a main channel video, definitely chuck it in there or your thoughts on the show or anything. We do read it. Or if you want to get more involved, Patreon. There's a
I was going to
Discord
say,
server.
we're about to record a Patreon episode. So if you want to keep the podcast going, you want to keep these vibes going, we'll be talking about that. And I guess it's like one of those things where it is secret, so shut the
It's the
fuck
secret part of the show.
Yeah.
It's a secret episode.
But we will be discussing like more in-depth things about Gympie.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone who listens to the Secret Podcast has access to our Discord. So we often talk about like what people actually say and stuff in the Discord on the Secret Podcast.
Yes.
And if Gympie does go ahead, we will be doing extensive coverage of the Gympie show on the Secret Podcast as well. Obviously, we'll still give you the main stuff on the show, but if you want to know the ins and outs
Be
of
more
what's
involved.
happening on that fucking bus,
Yeah.
then listen to the Secret Podcast.
Absolutely. So I guess we're going to wrap it up there, guys, and we're going to record a secret episode right now. We'll talk to you guys very soon.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and germs, you may be fooled the entire month of May on the Luke and Lewis Show. Keep your wits about you because everyone's a target this month. You may be fooled.